Most people are wasting their time at the gym. If you want to actually build muscle, here's the right way to do it. What's up, guys? Hey, welcome to the video. Listen, if you're new to me, my name is Kyle Settles. I've been in the fitness industry for a long time, over a decade now, okay? I've opened many gyms. I've worked with thousands of people, helping them build muscle, lose weight, and keep it off for good, okay? At one point in my life, though, I was overweight. I was 100 pounds overweight, and I struggled with everything that you may be struggling with, okay? And in this video, I wanna break down how to build muscle the easy way, the right way. So let's get into this, okay? Now, one of the first things that you need to build muscle is protein. Number one, protein, okay? Protein, what is protein? Branched chain amino acids, okay? BCAAs. You can get it through protein bars, you can get it through meat, whole foods, processed foods. You can get protein anywhere and everywhere, gas stations, grocery stores, you name it, but you need protein. I want you to imagine real quick, okay, if you were going to build a house, right? You went to the architectural plans, you hired a GC, you hired a crew, all of these things. They showed up to the job site to build this house, right? You've got all the tools, all the people, the plans, all that good stuff, but there's no wood, right? There's no material. You can't build the house, right? Same thing with protein, guys, okay? Protein is the material, okay? You need that, okay? Now, when it comes to protein, don't overcomplicate this, okay? And I know everybody's got their own opinion, just like me, and their own perspective. But listen, guys, there's so much research on this. Listen, whatever your lean body mass is, or whatever your goal weight is, if you're 100 pounds overweight, you're not going with that weight, right? I was once 100 pounds overweight. I don't want to feed an extra 100 pounds of body fat. So whatever your goal weight is, you just want to take that, right? Your goal weight, so goal weight times 0.07 to 1.3, somewhere in there, okay? If your goal weight is 150 pounds, 150 times 0.7 or 150 times 1, keep it simple. It's plenty enough protein, okay? Most people don't even get half the amount of protein they need. Now listen, if you're watching this video, I'm not talking to the gym bros, okay? This will help you out, gym bros, if you're watching this, but I'm talking to the general population, okay? Where fitness is not what they do all day long, but they wanna look better, they wanna feel better, they wanna feel better in their clothes, they want more confidence, right? They want more belief in themselves, and they understand that it starts with the way that they look, right? And the way that they see themselves, their self-image, okay? So, number one is protein. Number two, I'm just gonna hit on real quick, calories. Most people think to build muscle, like you just need to free feed and you just need to bulk and you need to do all this crazy stuff. And that's a dumb perspective, guys. Okay, I've seen this way too many times. Mind you, right, we live in America, okay, and I'm just keeping it real, right? Mind you, I was, again, 100 pounds overweight. Mind you, 90% of America is overweight. So the last thing we need to do is bulk and eat all of these extra calories. Most people don't track their calories, understand food labels, or even understand how many calories that they're consuming, okay? Now, if anyone tells you that you just need to eat more and do all of this crazy stuff, they're thinking from their little box. They're thinking from their little mindset and their understanding. But again, I'm talking to the general population, and I'm trying to keep this layman's terms and simple, okay? Because when it comes to calories, the last thing you wanna do is overeat calories. You don't want to be in a surplus, right? If you're in a surplus, that means you're eating more calories than your body needs. You're just going to put on more body fat. Will you build muscle? Absolutely, you can build muscle if you're going to the gym and lifting, which we'll get to that. But if you're in a surplus, you're going to be putting on body fat. And from my perspective, 95% of the population does not need to be in a surplus, guys. We're going to put on more body fat, and it's that much harder to get off. We're going to have to then go into a deficit. We're gonna have to go into a weight loss phase, lose the weight, and most likely you're gonna lose most of that muscle that you gained over that period of time anyways when you're bulking. So don't bulk. That's the dumbest thing in the world. You wanna eat right around maintenance. Right around maintenance, heck, depending on where you're starting at, how much weight you're overweight, or where your current physique is, right? Maybe a slight deficit, okay? If you're eating enough protein and you're getting stimulus, you're going to build muscle, okay? And if you're consistent, okay? So protein number one, Calories, watch some of my other videos, okay? If you want more information on that, down below in the description, you can join my school, free community. It'll help you, okay? But calories and protein is important, okay? You can build a bunch of muscle and all this muscle, but if you have a bunch of fat covering it, like when I was 100 pounds overweight, I was strong. I had a lot of muscle, but it didn't look like I had. You couldn't see the muscle. It didn't matter. It didn't help with my confidence or belief or anything. It didn't make me look better in my clothes, okay? So keep that in mind, right? Your goal, most likely, if you're watching this video, you want to build muscle, and you want to be lean, and you want to feel good, and you want to be sexy, right? We all want that unless you're some power builder or strong person watching this video that has a competition, but you're probably not watching this video if you're one of those people, okay? Number three is progressive overload, okay? I'm just going to put PO. What does that mean? Now listen, everyone's at a different phase in their journey, okay? Some people are going to the gym. Maybe you've already been going to the gym 3, 4, 5, 7 times a week. Maybe you're a beginner and you haven't gone to the gym and you barely even know how to strength train, okay? Okay, when it comes to progressive overload, I'm gonna take a step back, okay, if you are new. Even if you aren't new, you need to focus on form first. Master the form, okay? What is the form? How do I move? Am I hinging at the hips? Do I keep my shoulders retracted? You need to understand the form first, okay? I'm gonna hit on that. Number 2 is you need to understand how to connect with your muscles. If you're not flexing your muscles or you don't understand how to connect with your rear delt or your lats or your hamstrings or your quads or whatever the muscle it is that you're trying to build, you can still build those muscles, but you're gonna have a harder time because you're lacking the mind-muscle connection. So the best way to connect with your muscles more is before you get in the shower naked, whatever, like flex it out. What are you trying to work? You need to be able to connect with the muscle, okay? And when it comes to form, start off lighter. You need to master the form. You need to understand how to move your body. Then you can start to add weight. What happens is most people add too much weight in the beginning because they're being pushed by someone, a coach or a trainer that doesn't know. They're, again, thinking from their small box. And usually what happens is injury. And then it just sets you all kinds of ways back, okay? But what is progressive overload? Progressive overload is just simply doing more. Whether that means doing more each day, each week, each month, each year, somehow we're progressive overloading, okay? And we can progressive overload 3 ways. Number 1 is through weight, right? Adding more weight to the bar, heavier dumbbells, right? And you're not gonna add 5 pounds to the bar each week unless you're just really, really new and you're like, you know, when you're in the beginning phase of lifting weights, heck, you can just look at weights and start to build muscle, LOL. But anyways, you can increase by weight. You know, each weight, if you're adding 1 pound to the bar or you're going up a couple pounds, that's amazing, right? There's gonna be different phases of growth, but progressive overload, again, is just doing more over a period of time. That says you're getting what? You're getting stronger, okay? If you're getting stronger, you're building muscle, okay? Next is gonna be through repetitions, okay? It doesn't have to be just weight, right? So many people are confused about this because they think that they have to just lift all this heavy weight to change their body and build muscle, and it doesn't work like that, okay? Just like your body doesn't know whether you're doing pull-ups on a pull-up bar or a tree out in your backyard, it doesn't know, okay? But your muscles do know if you're overloading them or if you're doing more, and repetition is one, right? Say you were doing 6 reps for the first week. The second week, you go to 8 reps with the same weight. That's progressive overload. You're taking the same weight, but you're doing more reps, more time under tension, more volume, guys. It could be 10 reps, right? It could be 12 reps, okay? Next, time under tension, TUT. This is a big one too. Time under tension, you can't talk about one without really talking about them all, but time under tension, it could be 6 repetitions. You might stay with 6 repetitions, the same weight, but instead of doing those 6 reps in 20 seconds, you're now doing those 6 reps in 30 seconds. More time under tension, the muscle is under. So that is a progressive overload, okay? This is why it's important to track, right? And to not just do not to eat blindly, lift blindly. Most people are just doing everything blindly and hoping for success and hoping for results. And we don't do that with anything else in our life, our work or anything else, but we will do that with our health. It makes no sense at all. So I'm here to expand your perspective and trying to get you to focus on you. Okay, so we got weight, we can increase weight. Repetition, we can do more reps. Time under tension, we can go for more time. Last one, heck, we can even add some pauses or some pulses, right? There's so many different ways to progressive overload or do more. Guys, I've got pretty decent muscle, right? I've been lifting weights for a long time. I love playing with the way that I look, whether it be my body fat or the exercises or whatever the case it may be. But all of these 4 different ways, what I was getting at, I've been doing bicep curls with 25 pounds, 35 pounds, 25 to 35 pounds for 15 years now. But I just play with the reps. I sometimes do more reps. I sometimes do less reps with more time under tension. I slow down the tempo, right? 4 seconds down, 4 seconds up, whatever the case it may be. But at the end of my set, right, I'm not failing, okay? I'm usually stopping right before failure, right? I'm usually leaving maybe 1 or 2 reps in the tank, okay? But I'm doing more over time. And it doesn't have to mean, remember, it doesn't have to mean daily. That's crazy. It doesn't have to be weekly. It doesn't have to be monthly. It could be, if you're more of an advanced lifter, it might be over a year span. Like over a year, you put 2 pounds of muscle on. That's amazing. And you gain 10 pounds on your bench, whatever. It depends on what starting point you are, but you need to understand that you must have progressive overload in order to build muscle, okay? So protein, calories, you don't want to gain a bunch of fat, that's dumb, okay? And then progressive overload, okay? Now keep in mind, with your calories, okay, you're eating enough protein. As you build muscle, especially if you're tracking, if you're eating maintenance calories, okay, and you're starting to put on muscle, right? Over time, you can increase your calories because your metabolic rate, your BMR, you're burning more calories because you're increasing your muscle, right? And your muscle needs more calories to sustain. Okay, so keep in mind, and it's not much more. You're talking about small increases from 2,000 calories to, over a 3-month period of time, depending on what level of lifter you are, maybe 2,200 calories, and maybe the protein goes up by 5 grams. You're talking small changes, but the last thing you want to do is be overeating your calories, be in a bulk, put a bunch of fat on where you can't even see the muscle that you're working hard for, okay? But these are some of the things. And then number four is going to be consistency, okay? I can't even spell it. Consistency, okay? You got to have these 4 things, guys. You got to have these 4 things. Oh, and you can add, so let me add these check marks down here. So you got to have water, right? You got to have protein, right, which is BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. You got to have energy. Energy is calories from food, or it could be calories from body fat, okay? This is why you can build muscle in a caloric deficit, right? So if your maintenance calories is, we'll call it 2,000 calories, but you're 20% body fat as a male, you've got quite a bit of body fat on, you can eat 1,800 calories in a caloric deficit, still build plenty of muscle because you're getting plenty of water, you're getting plenty of protein, you're getting plenty of energy because you have body fat, right? Your body can use the energy to help build the muscle, okay? And then the last thing you need is stimulus, okay? Stimulus is what we just talked about, progressive overload. But you gotta have these 4 things consistent. You gotta have these 4 things consistent, or you're not going to build muscle. So don't overcomplicate it, right? When you're going into the gym and you're doing sets or whatever, whether it's 2 sets, 1 set, 5 sets, or whatever you're doing, you just have to make sure that number 1, you know how to do good form. Number 2, you know how to connect with the muscle, mind-muscle connection, and that takes time and repetition. And number 3, what does progressive overload feel like? Like you have to get to that feeling of, it doesn't have to be complete failure, like complete where you can't do it. You can leave 1 to 2 reps in the tank, that's fine. And for some of you advanced people that have been working out for a while, go to failure. There's nothing wrong with that. Most people that think they're going to failure, they're not really going to failure anyways. And again, I'm talking to the general population right now, right? Versus just one person. But I'm telling you for a fact, okay, that you gotta have water, you gotta have consistent protein, you gotta have energy, right? You gotta have stimulus to build muscle, okay? So listen, I hope this helps. And again, when it comes to protein and when it comes to calories and on the food side, the macro side of things, if you guys need help with that, right? Down below, again, in the description, you guys can join the school, the free community. You can book a call with me. We can talk it out. Maybe we can work together. Totally your call. But hopefully this makes sense. And you guys learn something from this video, because I watch a lot of the fitness things out there, and there's a lot of great things, there really is, but most people are talking to 1% of the population, okay? And the people that I'm talking to right now are the people that just don't have awareness. They just don't know, right? They're doing what they think they need to do, right? Maybe going to the gym or their group fitness class or whatever. They just need more. You need more of a strategy. You need more of a plan. You need more of an understanding, okay? So again, protein, calories, progressive overload. These are the ways that we progressively overload. You need water, you need protein, you need energy, stimulus. You need this consistently, okay? And I promise you, you will build muscle. You will change your body, okay? If you guys liked the video, hit the like button. Subscribe, maybe comment down below if I missed something, or if you want to add to it, or if you want to see something next, join the school, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.